Alright guys, welcome to another episode of The Guys Gotta Eat. Today brought to you by a tripod instead of 3 chairs. Get right into it. Ingredients we will need are a lot. Cheese, more cheese, Doritos, cheesy preferably, bacon, mince, HP sauce, thyme, chili, pepper, salt and mustard, garlic steak seasoning, and Jack Daniels. It's a lot of ingredients. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of ingredients. One hit away from me. Utensils you will need: a big ass knife for cutting, a chopping board for cutting, lubricant, aka butter, a pan for cooking. Let's get right into it. Where the hell do I start? We're going to prepare our bacon. You know the deal by now, unless this is the first episode you're watching. In case, I'll tell you the deal. Grab 4 slices of shoulder bacon or 8 slices of streaky bacon. We're going to cut it lengthways and sideways, 2 centimeters in diameter. Here we go. Once again, we are using crispy bacon because we like our bacon crispy. Cook it to how you like, but f you. That's pretty much everything we need you to prepare. Prepared, done. So now we grab our mince, open it up, chuck it in the pan. Same with our bacon, chuck it in the pan at the same time. Our bacon will cook faster than our mince will, but because we want our bacon crispy, that adds to our advantage. So now we grab our pre-cut butter, a big ass slab, because we are cooking a lot of meat. Alright guys, our butter's starting to bubble. The butter is starting to sizzle now. Grab our mince and just chuck the whole lot in. This is where you grab your utensil I didn't mention, a wooden spoon, and mix it around. Once again, our speaker's in the way. We chuck our bacon in, grab all our fiddly stuff, and just go for gold. We're going to go for about 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper. We're going to go for about 1 teaspoon of garlic steak seasoning. I'm going to cook this in a pot. Grab some barbecue sauce and only add 1/4 cup worth of hot sauce and mustard. That was an easy rip tab all along. Probably about 1/4 cup of Jack Daniels as well. And then we'll just continue to mix it up until it's all cooked and mixed in and blah blah blah. So handy trick, just chuck your lid on your pan, because we put a lot of liquid in there, it's steaming up. So we're going to try and borderline steam some of our meat as well. While that's doing its thing, we're going to prepare our nachos. Alright guys, so that's looking pretty nicely cooked. And we've still got some liquid left at the bottom of it. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to drain all the liquid out of it. What we're going to do, we're going to drain all the liquid out. What we're going to do is we're going to drain all the liquid out of it, because we can't have any liquid in this, otherwise it's going to ruin the structural integrity of the design. Okay, so we're just going to set this to the side and let it do its own thing for a bit. Let it do its own thing for a bit. Now we're going to prepare our nachos. What we're going to do is we're going to put a layer of nachos at the bottom of our pan. Try and get it as flat as possible as well. So if there's some bendy bits, just snap it off and put those other bending bits, in flatter places. We'll be back to you when we're finished. Alright guys, so this is what our bowl is going to look like. Well, this is what our pan's going to look like. So now we're going to layer it in cheese and just hope it sticks together. If it isn't pre-grated, you probably should get to grating it at this point. What we're going to do is we're going to chuck this on our element. The heat is going to, hopefully what's going to happen is we're going to lightly toast the outside of our nachos, and the inside, where the cheese is going to melt, and we're going to have one giant section of nacho. I just wish I had fire right now. The cheese is starting to melt, it's starting to look promising, it's all starting to become one thing. One thing that may speed up the process: put a lid over your pan, it'll help trap in the heat and help the heat get all around. Something that's probably a lot better as well, have a fucking blowtorch. That's quite good. Alright guys, so we have our giant nacho. So we grab our spatula, because again, I don't really know what spatulas are for. We have a cooling device. So the cheese is cooled down a bit, it's hardened, so what you want to do is just lightly lift the outside of all your cheese, the outside of your now giant Dorito. It's a handy trick. Get our plate, put it upside down on here, flip it like this, and hopefully all moderately successful structure. And because the cheese hasn't fully hardened, it's still in the hardening process. What we can do is just lightly press on our plates, and we will now have the slightly bold circumference to put our meat in. Grab a tiny bit more cheese, just sprinkle it on, and then when we apply the heat from our mince, it'll cook a bit more. So now we do the process again for the other half of our nacho. We have our one side of taco ready. Apply some more heat back to our mince. What this is going to do is get rid of the last of the grease, but also heat up the mince to prepare it for our food, because we do want it to melt the cheese. Alright peeps, so we've reapplied the heat to our mince. So we've reapplied the heat to the mince. Sounds like it's mincing up. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab it, then we're going to start applying some cheese. Then we're going to start applying some mince to our cheese and taco. No, don't be silly. You're going to burn yourself. Grab a spatula, because again, I don't know what a spatula is for. And we grab our bit of mince that we grab our cheesy taco thing we had before. Put it inside, upside down the pan, lid of the pan like this. Put it upside down like so, keep it on this. And we're just going to apply a bit more cheese. I don't know if there was a smarter way I could have done this. It's going to be bad, isn't it? You want to see a magic trick? Boom! Extra crispy from our pan frying as well. If you want, you can dash on some more cheese on top. I'm sure it'll melt from the heat. You want some more mince? Add some more mince if you want. I'm going to leave it like this. But here we go, guys. Giant inverted taco. My idea for this episode was to punch it and like have this big crispy end to it. But I don't want to punch it because it's going to be hot and hurt. Alright guys, giant inverted taco. I don't want to do it. Alright guys, giant inverted taco. Dig in. That's really good. That's really good. Tastes exactly like you'd think nachos would taste. I don't know why you thought there'd be a variant in this episode. Good stuff. Nice treat for a week. Which is probably about how long we're going to be eating this for since we made so much mince. Giant inverted taco. Do it. Pop them, just pop them and do it. Assume you know what to do from this point. It's cooked. Layer of white chocolate topping with our cheese fries, Jack Daniels, beef patty. We are